r/AskReddit asks, what are good inexpensive hobbies you can learn within 14 days? Bread making. Highly recommend the book Flour, Water, Salt, Yeast. Bread making is rewarding, relaxing and delicious. Also, this book is awesome. It really helped me step up my bread game, and don't even get me started on the sourdough and focaccia, actually all recipes are equally delicious. Cannot recommend this book enough. Cooking is by far one of the most useful skills to master. And you're never done learning. But what about astronomy? Get a few books and grab your father's binoculars and go outside for half an hour. Green laser pointers are perfect for pointing out stars and deep space objects for your companions. Cooking is so far beyond a useful skill. It's something that can improve your lifestyle with healthy cooking and teach you how to shop. I learned how to buy meats and veggies cheaper for better quality and make them taste better and improve my diet. You'll make some bad meals, but it's worth it because within a month you can be a good cook by following directions. And then by changing ingredient volume you can make your food to fit your palate. Reading books. Experiment with different genres. Try different authors. One of the most productive and most frugal hobbies out there. Legit. It's one of the few completely free hobbies, libraries, and even if you want to buy a book, it's only like $5, $15 and it'll provide you with at least 5 to 10 hours of entertainment in most cases. Origami. This is a good one. Origami ranges from super simple to outrageously complex, so it's a great option, because even if you take to it quickly, you absolutely have more to learn. Knitting. Let me tell you about my mother's knitting and crocheting hobbies. It started with balls of yarn. Just balls of it. Then she got an alpaca. 3 of them. They stayed at our grandparents' place. She then got into spinning. Then she bought 23 more of the fuckers and put them on her own farm. I got to spend all my spare time in high school driving to the damn farm, to take care of those damn fluffy llamas. So yes, go ahead and knit. But don't take it too far. Edit, well this has blown up quite a bit. Thank you for the silvers, kind strangers. Are you asking this from within quarantine? Just curious. Well, where I come from the country is in lockdown. I cannot get to work the next 2 seems even though I am not quarantined. Ideas are welcome in my situation too. I just have a bit more availability to do outdoor activities like running, than my neighbor, who is in quarantine. It's a little odd to call meditation a hobby, but it's free. You can start right now and it will change your life forever. Just sit down somewhere and focus on your breathing. Thoughts will come up, oh boy, will they come up, and that's okay, observe them without judgment. When you notice you're no longer focusing on your breathing, bring your focus back. With practice, your mind will quiet down eventually, and the first time that happens is mind-blowing. I go to float in sensory deprivation tanks sometimes. Being utterly alone and with not even your own thoughts to comfort you can be almost incredibly relaxing. Walk out of that tank/room like I've just got a rubdown from a mildly annoyed Hulk. Solving a Rubik's Cube. The beginner's method doesn't take that long to learn. It took me about 4 days to learn, and after that you can try to go faster and beat your times. Then you can get faster cubes in different shapes and varieties, and it's really fun to cube. The last time I did a cube was in the 80s. Me and Pete sitting in the back of history class trying to race each other. He'd beat me usually, but that just made me try even harder. Teach got pissed that more of the class was watching us than listening to him. He made a deal with us, we'd stand in front of class and race, the winner got to keep his cube and he'd confiscate the losers. As I said earlier, that was the last time I did the cube. Saving this post for when my country decides we all need to stay at home. I believe that my job is considered essential enough that if it comes to quarantining, and I'm not sick, it will be at work. I've been told that in the past, before I was hired, during major snowstorms they paid anyone who managed to make it in for a straight week of overtime to stay on site and not go home. We don't have an option of shutting down, and if nobody was doing our job we'd be okay for a day or 2, but probably would start having problems shortly thereafter. Should be interesting if it comes to it. Throwing playing cards. 6 months. 4 to 5 hours a day. Yoga, cooking, foraging, gardening, bird watching, garage sales, antiquing, working on cars, working on bikes, jogging, streaking, robbing banks, volunteering, flying kites, collecting butterflies, poaching, dumpster diving, stalking your ex, window shopping, shoplifting, etc. Wait a second. Gardening. If you don't have yard space, gardening on a balcony or patio is still feasible. Plenty of herbs love sitting in pots in the sun, and cherry tomatoes and peppers do well in such contained environments. There's tons of creative methods that people have come up with for gardening in tight spaces. Card magic / tricks. Like for real, just find your old Uno cards from 2007 and start with them. Everything is available online. You just might need a new deck for advanced tricks. The book for card magic is called The Royal Road to Card Magic. It will teach you the ins and outs of almost all manipulation that you have ever seen. There isn't all that much, it's how you do it and your patter that matter. It's just acting, really. I was really into magic to get girls interested in me, and it worked. I'm engaged. I won her over with a little help from invisible string. Lol. Anything art related. Paint, knit, sew, etc. I make knives, and when I started I used hand tools that probably cost me about $30 total. Archery is very cheap once you spend your initial money on a bow and some arrows. Once you have that, you're essentially done unless you want to upgrade your bow. It teaches you to be calm and relaxed, and it's fun. There are even YouTube videos on how to make your own longbow if you want to save even more. Chess. It's annoying when you get to the stage that you have to start memorizing all the openings and closings. I did tournaments as a kid, but when I was about 11 a grandmaster told me I would need to start memorizing all of that stuff to get any better, and that's when I stopped being a hardcore about chess. Lucid dreaming. Practice it, and once you have done it, you just have to go to sleep to transport to your imaginary world. I've been trying to lucid dream for a while now, but I just can't. Also, I've read that it can also be achieved via inducing sleep paralysis, which sounds scary. Try programming, learn Blender, try out Godot Engine and make a simple game. Or start skateboarding. Initial setup will not kill you financially, just buy yourself some used trucks and wheels, a blank deck from Mini Logo, Globe or Decathlon, and some bearings, and learn how to ollie. Edit. I got like 7 upvotes for a clip of me doing a hospital flip in slow-mo, but 100 for telling someone, hey, go fucking skate and pick hobbies. World is weird, but thanks guys.